Good evening, Marist community. My name is Claudia Rufa.
And I'm Julia DiBenedetto, bringing you your bi-weekly Marist College television news report.
Who knew that drug kingpin Pablo Escobar had a thing for hippos? Coming after a federal court order, the family of hippos once owned by Escobar are allowed to be recognized as people with legal rights in the United States. A lawsuit has been made against the Colombian government for the growing numbers of hippos who are multiplying quickly and are a threat to biodiversity. The case questions whether the hippos should be killed or sterilized. The Animal Legal Defense Fund is asking the U.S. District Court in Cincinnati to give interested person status to the hippos. So far, animals have been given legal rights in courts in India, Pakistan, and Argentina. U.S. courts haven't been willing to do so until now. The debate continues over what are the safest methods in dealing with these cocaine hippos, as a group of scientists warn that the hippos not only threaten the biodiversity, but are also dangerous to humans.
On November 1st, the Supreme Court will orally review the controversial Texas near-total abortion ban, although the protection of women's rights was defined by the landmark case in 1970, Roe v. Wade in 1992's Planned Parenthood v. Casey. The ban makes abortion legal after 6 weeks and uses a legal loophole that places the enforcement on the private individual, where any citizen is empowered to sue anybody who aids or abets an abortion and to receive damages at minimum of $10,000.
Facebook encounters more negative press after whistleblower allegations are submitted to the SEC in regard to the business practice of prioritizing growth and profit over ethical responsibilities. With the onslaught of hate speech, misinformation, and other threats to the public plaguing their forums, the integrity of Facebook is being brought to question, and many are seeking bipartisan action against the company. As their net income increases, many are growing skeptical of the company's operations with the release of Facebook papers, supporting these statements along with Frances Haugen's testimony in front of Congress, leaving many pondering what needs to be done. Now, here is Emily with the weather report for this week.
Hello, Poughkeepsie. I'm Emily, back again with your weather report for the week of October 24th, 2021. It seems that I may have bewitched our nice weather last week. Even though the rain went away, it is coming again another day, with a 30% chance of rain on Monday, 100% chance on Tuesday, and a 60% chance Friday to Saturday. Tonight, the temperature will reach a high of 67 and a low of 52, which seems to be the last of the warm weather, as every other day this week will only reach a high of 58 and a low of 40. However, Halloween weekend isn't looking too ghastly, with partly cloudy and mostly sunny weather all day. That's all for your weekly weather report. Sorry if it dampened your spirits, but don't let it rain on your parade. I'll see you next time, hopefully with less really awful weather puns.
Thank you, Emily. Rice farming is quite odd for New York, but the ever-growing family farm is trying to make it happen. The farm was started almost a decade ago in the Hudson Valley by Gambian-born Nfemera Banji, which is one of the first rice farms in New York. Banji works with his wife, 2 sons, his cousins, and some volunteers. The work is very hands-on. An ever-growing farm is now on their 3rd rice harvest. Banji first moved to the U.S. in the early 2000s to be a musician, and by 2013, he and his wife found a house in Ulster Park, New York, with a swamp perfect for growing rice. According to Ever-Growing Family Farms website, this year's harvest will be ready in mid-November.
Now here's Jimmy with sports.
In the NFL, we saw the beat-up Browns hand the Broncos their 4th straight loss on Thursday night. The Titans hand the Chiefs another loss as they dismantle their defense in a 27-3 rout. The Bengals take over the number 1 seed in the AFC after a 41-17 beatdown of the Ravens. The Patriots lay 54 on the Jets, and the Cardinals remained undefeated after their win against the Texans. The Rams and Bucks beat the Lions and Bears respectively, and the Colts secure their 3rd win on the year on Sunday night against the 49ers. The MLB season is almost over as we see the Atlanta Braves take on the Houston Astros in the World Series. The Astros beat the Red Sox in 6 games, and the Braves beat the Dodgers in 6 as well. This is the Braves' first World Series appearance since 1999. The NBA finished up opening week, and all the teams are gearing up for another long season. The Nets and Bucks are the Eastern favorites, and the Lakers and Suns look to make it out of the West. With teams like the Nuggets and Warriors, it could be anyone this year. The NHL is off to a hot start as well, seeing the East and West battle it out to hopefully finish at the top. There's still a lot of hockey to play, so anything could happen. No one team looks dominant as of now, so it's safe to say anyone could be at the top.
Thank you, Jimmy. This Long Island cemetery is facing backlash as it failed to bury people in the correct plot. One woman complained that her late husband's plot has not been kept up with, so she had to buy her own dirt and place it at her husband's grave herself. Another says that on the day of her husband's funeral service, she found out he was put in the wrong plot. When she tried to bring it to the funeral director's attention, he just claimed her memory was at fault. Months later, it was confirmed that he was in fact in the wrong plot and had to be removed, a sight no family member should see. Customers of Beth Moses Cemetery of West Babylon are disappointed as their thousands of dollars are not being put to good use.
Dental records confirm that the remains found at Carlton Reserve at Brian Laundrie's, a person of interest in the disappearance of Gabrielle Petito. Laundrie returned by himself to their Florida home after the two embarked on a road trip through western U.S. Her body was found and the cause of death was strangulation. The police are still trying to piece together what happened in New Mexico. Finally, let's check in with Max for our entertainment report.
Hello, I'm Max Hochberg with MCTV Entertainment. Our first story tonight is the incident last week which actor Alec Baldwin mistakenly shot a cinematographer to death and injured the director on set of his new film, Rust. Baldwin accidentally shot Helena Hutchins while trying to practice his quick draw for the film. Baldwin has been very vocal about the incident and has said, "There are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic incident that took the life of Helena Hutchins." Lori Loughlin is back in the news recently to promote her new project, When Hope Calls. This is Loughlin's first project following her 2019 college admission scandal. The series showed a sneak peek of the Christmas-themed plot. In the show, Lori must learn the real meaning of Christmas, conspiracy to commit wire and mail fraud. Our last story is Ed Sheeran's positive test for COVID-19. Sheeran posted to his social media Sunday, "Quick note to tell you that I've sadly tested positive for COVID. So now I'm self-isolating and following government guidelines. This has sadly left many people sadly confused due to the common knowledge that gingers do not in fact have blood and therefore cannot be tested for COVID-19.
In business, Tesla's market value has hit $1 trillion after a car rental company, Hertz, has agreed to purchase 100,000 Tesla Model 3 cars on the NASDAQ. The stock price of Tesla has leaped from $877 on Tuesday, October 19th, to closing the day at $1,024 on October 25th, a 16% jump. Hertz is looking to recover after their bankruptcy during the pandemic, now putting an electric car in the hands of everyday consumers. That's all we have for this week's bi-weekly news update. I'm Julia DiBenedetto.
And I'm Claudia Rufa. Have a great night.